Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you what I wore for the week. I've got some amazing ones, like totally amazing ones, especially one that totally shocked me. And I've got some not so amazing ones, as per usual. So before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just go ahead and hit that button. I would love to have you part of the Weird and Wonderful family. And without further ado, let's get into this. So the first fragrance that I have for you is by Kayali, and it's called Invite Only Amber 23. Now this, like, first of all, I love Mona Katan. She's the creator, founder of Kayali. Love her, love the way that they advertise their fragrances, like everything about their promotional campaigns are just fantastic. So I love the image, I love the branding. Love the bottles, and they're really quite hyped up here on YouTube. That said, honestly, I haven't found one that I would want to buy a full bottle of. So I wanted to try this one. The notes really intrigued me. You know, there's cinnamon and woody notes, and basically everything that I love in a perfume is in this perfume. So when I smell it on the cap, I'm absolutely in love with it, like in love. Just totally thrilled with the scent profile, but on my skin it doesn't do anything for me. So first of all, I find that the longevity isn't amazing. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing. So I get maybe about 5 hours out of this. I know some people say it's really long lasting. That's not been my experience. The scent is way better on the cap than it is on me. Even on clothing, I find that I don't, I'm just not thrilled with it. I think part of it is that it smells, there's a quality to it that reminds me of Noir Pour Femme by Tom Ford, but Tom Ford's version is so much more creamy and deep and rich and long lasting, whereas this smells kind of like the shell of Noir Pour Femme. You know, for the longest time, I'm like, why do I love the smell of this? But then it just doesn't translate when I'm wearing it. And I think that's part of it. I've got fragrances that are in this similar scent profile where you get a little bit of kind of that gourmand feel with the cinnamon and the sexiness. And yet there's so much more substantial and creamy and delicious than this one. So this is definitely a pass for me. I'll definitely finish this bottle, I'm sure, but I've had it for almost a year and I've barely used the 10 mils. I think I've worn it twice just because it doesn't make me happy when I wear it. So it's not a keeper for me. The next fragrance is a sample that I got from Happiness Sparkles here on YouTube. I will leave her channel linked below. She is a wonderful sweetheart, and yeah, she also has a company that makes knitted toques or beanies called Knits by Nora, and she just does beautiful work. So I'll leave that link down below too. But she is just the most sweet person. So she sent me a sample of Lalique SOLEIL. I'd been really curious about it. I'd been kind of on the fence. It was hyped up for a time, and then it's like everybody started decluttering it, which I know it's like, I don't know how that's possible that you could be so in love with it and then hate it, like in love with it, amp it up for like several videos and then ditch it like a few months later because you don't love it anymore. I don't quite get it, although I have kind of done that in the past. So anyway, that's happened on YouTube. It's just one of those things. But Lalique SOLEIL, I've been wanting to try it. Mixed reviews. It had cardamom. It looked like it would be right up my alley, and I'm going to read you the notes. It has mandarin, orange, bitter, almond, and cardamom on the top. Middle notes are pear, milk, candied almond, caramel, coffee, jasmine, like amazing. And then the base notes are praline, musk, and sandalwood. So again, like those notes just sound so scrumptious to me. I'd tried it before and didn't like it, but it was during, you know, when I was getting over COVID. And so like, I just felt sick all the time. So nothing was smelling good. So I wore this the other day. I doused myself in it and I'm like, this smells amazing. So then I put on even more. Like I sprayed myself probably 2 to 3 times. So I was drenched in this scent, and I went overboard. Way overboard, like totally crazy overboard, way overspraying. That said, this one kind of needs it. I think without the spraying on your clothes, this wouldn't last quite as long. However, I smelt it all day because I sprayed my clothes, I sprayed my hair, I sprayed my body. Like I basically was glistening in Lalique SOLEIL. So I know what this smells like. Now this one, the note that I primarily get, I definitely notice the mandarin orange and that cardamom. I get that for sure. The rest of it just kind of all melds into a bit of a mosh to me. I'm still on the fence about this one. I definitely enjoyed wearing it until I got kind of sick of it during the day. So I want to give it another try. It definitely smelt warm. It would be appropriate for spring and summer for sure, although I think that you could wear this all year round. Definitely get some of that almond as well. I don't really notice any pear. It's mainly a bit of that orange, a little bit of that spiciness, but it's not a strong cardamom, just a slight spice to it mixed with that almond. As far as coffee, like again, it's just kind of all blended into a bit of a mosh for me. So this one I've got to give another go, but I certainly didn't mind it at all. But yeah, I need to wear it another time to really get a good feel for it. Lalique SOLEIL. Okay, the next perfume was sent to me by a company called ATTAR, and this one's called REDWOOD. Now these are extrait de parfum, I believe. They call them elixirs. So this one has a very similar scent profile to Baccarat Rouge 540, I would say the extrait. So I've got a sample of the extrait of Baccarat Rouge 540, and I put them on both my hands just to see, and they smell very, very similar. So very similar scent profile. This thing is a beast for longevity. So I was super, super impressed with the longevity on this fragrance. It projected for probably a good 4 hours, and I sprayed myself pretty good. Probably didn't need to spray myself as much, but the projection was just amazing. You could just smell me for a mile away. In fact, I felt a little self-conscious because I was at work, but it's such a nice scent profile. Like Baccarat Rouge, honestly, it's not my favorite scent profile, so I think it smells nice. My son, whenever he smells it, he's like, oh, I love that. He likes wearing Baccarat Rouge. Like we've got a few different dupes, so he enjoys wearing it. I enjoy wearing it too, but it's definitely not one that I gravitate towards a lot. But as far as a really potent, excellent kind of inspiration of Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait, I would say that this is right up there. So REDWOOD by ATTAR. Definitely check out the ATTAR fragrances. They are, I'm really impressed with the strength in them and just the quality of scent. I have this one, and then I have leather, and then an oud one. And the oud one is kind of sweet, so I need to give those more of a try, but this one definitely was a winner for me. Really enjoyed wearing it. So the next fragrance I have for you is from Chopard, and it's called CASMIR. Now this one also was hyped up quite a lot on YouTube, and I rarely talk about this fragrance. It's one that kind of has my heart. I don't wear it very often, and I think I should pull it out a little more often because it's really quite pretty. Now this was created in 1992, so it's a little bit more of a vintagey smell. Some people say that it smells similar to Ylang in Gold, although this one came out way before that. So this one's similar to Ylang in Gold, similar to the Hane Mori butterfly fragrance. But this one I find stronger than the Hane Mori version. So this one, it's pretty syrupy smelling, and definitely major apricot in this. So I'm going to read the notes because there's quite a few. There's in the top, there's peach, apricot, coconut, raspberry, mango, blackcurrant, and bergamot. So tons of fruit. Middle notes are cinnamon, carnation, mandarin orange, geranium, jasmine, and lily of the valley. And base is vanilla, benzoin, tonka bean, opopanax, amber, sandalwood, musk, and patchouli. So crazy amounts of notes. What I get mainly is like that apricot feel. So there's a little bit of smoothness, a little bit of vanilla. I would consider this a straight up gourmand. Although it's considered an amber vanilla, so whatever. I get so much of that apricot / peach, a little bit of coconut. It smells a little bit like a baked apple or a baked apricot peach pie or cobbler. That's kind of the feel I get, but more it smells like the filling as opposed to the whole pie, if that makes sense. So it's really quite sweet, it's decadent, it's syrupy. If you love apricot smells, this is a fantastic apricot fragrance. Now the reason why I love this one is because it reminds me of my grandmother, who absolutely adored apricots, but she called them apricots. And I just remember her always having apricots at her house, and I hate apricots. Like, I don't like eating them. I don't like eating fuzzy fruits. So fuzzy fruits just, like, I can't eat the peels. I have to peel them. I like the flesh inside, okay, but the peeling is just like that fuzziness. Can't do it. But anyway, yeah, I'm a nectarine girl. No peaches for me. Simply because of that fuzzy skin. Like, it just makes my hair stand up on my arms. So not a fan, but this fragrance kind of reminds me of my grandma. Even the color, even the shape of the bottle somehow reminds me of my grandmother. So I love this one. Now, as far as performance, longevity, all of that stuff, I don't find that this one lasts very long. So I put it on. It projected beautifully for a couple of hours, and then it became a skin scent. By about 5 hours, I couldn't smell it anymore. So not very long lasting, but it is really pretty. It feels comforting somehow. For me, it's a bit nostalgic, and it's just a smooth apricot vanilla is basically what you're getting here. So if you've smelled this one before, tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it sucks? Yeah, like there's a real mixed variety of views on this one. I think it's really nice, but it's not one that I pull out very often. Next fragrance is a bit of a skanky one, and I'm just so in love with it, is Floral Street's Ylang Espresso. Now, to be honest, I've said this before, this smells like kind of a night of bad decisions, a little bit of lipstick, a little bit of leather, a little bit of cigarettes, but somehow also coffee and some sort of dessert all smashed into one. I find this so extremely sexy and sensual. It's insane. So I almost feel naughty when I put it on, like seriously. It's so like kind of skanky, awesome, sexy that I feel like a real bad girl and slightly like I shouldn't be putting it on even. Like, it's so ridiculous. So I put this on. As soon as I put it on, I'm like, like, it's just amazing. I don't know what it is about this. It smells like you had a leather outfit on and then you got into the back of a Chevy and you had a lot of fun, and then you had a cigarette and then you ate some tiramisu and had a cup of coffee. Like, it's just the weirdest fragrance to me, but I love it. There's Szechuan pepper, rose, tangerine in the opening. The middle has ylang, patchouli, tiramisu, and jasmine. I get the patchouli for sure, so there's patchouli in there. I get the ylang and the tiramisu for sure, and then the base has coffee, whipped cream, cacao, and gaiac wood. So this one is just, it's somehow quite decadent. It's considered a gourmand. I wouldn't want to really eat this, although there is kind of a sweet quality to it. This is just sexy, man. Like, it's so darn sexy, but sexy in a really kind of naughty way somehow. Like it's a naughty sexy. This isn't a classy sexy, it's a naughty sexy. But I love it. And when I put it on, I'm like, like I just love the smell of it. Now this one, I have gotten compliments on it. So I think it smells like a little bit skanky, and I was shy to wear it. But anytime I put this on, I usually get a compliment. So love this one. This one isn't loved on Fragrantica. Like people don't seem to like it. I think because it has a pretty massive cigarette note, but if you like that note in fragrances, you definitely should check this out. The other thing is that this is quite similar to Café Tuberosa by Atelier Cologne. So if you like Café Tuberosa, but you can't find it anymore, you may want to check this one out because it's really, really similar, even though this one has Ylang instead of Tuberose. Okay, the next fragrance that I tried out was by Julianna's Perfume, and it is called A Night to Remember. And this one my friend Lori gave me. This is an inspired version of Love Don't Be Shy, and I have to say that I totally enjoy wearing this one. Julianna's perfumes are extrait de parfum, so these are potent, like super potent, and I just thought that this was delectable. It says here, the notes are bergamot, pink pepper, orange blossom, jasmine, geranium rose, honeysuckle, vanilla, sugar, caramel, amber, and musk. So it smells really similar to Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. It's got like, there's somehow, I don't know, it just smells really delectable. I was so impressed with this one, and so impressed with the longevity. Definitely get that bergamot in the opening for sure. And then it dries down to that sweet kind of caramely, some people I think attribute it to a marshmallow feel. It just smells delicious. I definitely get like a bit of that orange blossom, but it's just, it's such a beautiful fragrance. And this is, to me, a fantastic dupe. I can't believe the longevity, the potency, like as far as projection and sillage is fantastic with this Julianna's Perfume version. So really highly recommend Julianna's perfumes. Any of the ones that I've tried so far, I really am impressed with just the quality. So this one is no exception. This one's fantastic. And so if you really love Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, you love that profile, but you don't want to spend the money, this is a fantastic version. Love it. The last fragrance that I wore was a fragrance combo, and I shocked myself at how much I love this because I haven't really worn it very much. And the perfume is called Elizabeth Arden's Always Red Femme. Now, I basically haven't talked about this one because I haven't worn it very much at all, so I didn't really have a lot to say about it. So I thought I was going to give myself a good go with it. But what I did, first off, is I paired it with Iced Raspberry Bellini by Bath & Body Works. And this has chilled Prosecco, sparkling raspberry, and citrus twist. So for a lotion, definitely get that raspberry, but there certainly is a sparkly quality to this that smells like a champagne, something like that. Definitely get the raspberry in it, and it's just delicious. So if I can find it, I will link it. This is the Christmas version. I don't know if they have other versions, but Iced Raspberry Bellini, amazing. And then with Always Red Femme, I was so in love with myself all day. And I'm telling you, this combination lasted me all day. So I went in heavy duty with this fragrance because I know it's not a major long laster. I sprayed my clothing with it. I went up and like up my arms, like seriously, I doused myself in this, and it lasted all day, and I so enjoyed this combination. So Always Red Femme has cassis, pear, and lemon in the opening. The middle notes are peach blossom, artemisia, jasmine, and lily of the valley, and the base notes are vanilla, patchouli, moss, and cedar. This was created in 2016, and apparently Always Red smells very similar to Armani's C. This has a similar feel, so I think of Armani C when I put this one on, but to be honest, I've never been a huge fan of Armani C, but I really enjoyed this one. So this combination was phenomenal. I don't know if I'd want to wear this so much on its own, but paired together, it was just absolutely amazing. The other thing that's amazing about this Elizabeth Arden fragrance is it's such an affordable fragrance. I'll link Always Red as well as this one, because Always Red, there's like, I think 256 thumbs up for it being like C. So they're very, very similar in their scent profile. I think Always Red lasts a little longer than the FEMME version. But I really enjoy wearing this one. I enjoy wearing it better than C. C I'm not crazy about for some reason, but this one was really fun. And like I said, this combination was absolutely fantastic. Last me all day. So impressed. This I'm definitely going to be wearing again soon because I loved it that much. So great combination. And that is it for the week. My standout was definitely A Night to Remember by Julianna's Perfume. This version was just fantastic. Loved wearing it. Very similar to Love Don't Be Shy. And then this combination, of course, I'm stunned by how much I enjoyed wearing that. Like all day, and it just seemed to linger forever. Like loved that combination. And like so affordable. Like that's the thing, guys. You know, there are so many perfumes out there. And when you delve into perfume, you can get sucked down this rabbit hole of spending $300 and $400 on a bottle of perfume. And if you want to do that, you can absolutely do that. And, like, that's fine. It becomes a hobby. So there's always scents to explore, but it's easy to start discounting the more affordable stuff just because, you know, you kind of get into like the niche end of things, and then you just think, oh, niche is better, it's, you know, more sophisticated, whatever. But smelling good does not have to cost a fortune, and I always want to let you guys know that, because for some of us, we're on a strict budget, and so I want to present to you guys like you know, there's some fragrances that are going to be a little bit more money. Like for instance, if you splurge for the Kilian Love Don't Be Shy, which I'm actually tempted to, you know, that's a pricey fragrance. You can do a dupe though, and get something very similar for a more affordable price. And then there's always combinations like this that cost like not much more than 20, and you smell absolutely fabulous as well. So I want to make sure that every woman, no matter what your budget, you can smell amazing and you can feel pampered and feel all special no matter how much you spend on fragrance. So what was your favorite standout fragrance this week? Besides those two combinations, of course, I absolutely love this. And to be honest, I was really impressed with this as well. So I had a good week in general. My no was Kayali's Amber Invite, and then this one, as nice as it is, the longevity was just poor. So I want to try this one in the summer and see how it does. But anyway, had a great week in fragrance. What was your standout, and what is your fantastic, affordable option that you just think is so amazing? Please leave it in the comments for us. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.